Hey, what's going on, guys? I have a video for you guys that I've been wanting to do for a while now. It's been a year since I stopped my last dose of Accutane, so I thought it'd be a perfect time to tell you guys how I'm feeling off of Accutane for an entire year. Little FYI, I just smacked the hell out of my head with the end of this microphone stand, so that's why I have that newly formed red mark, which really hurts. It really smacked it hard, but I digress. Let me give you a little quick backstory. I started getting Accutane probably around 15 years old, got worse and worse and worse throughout high school, and then I just drank so much dairy. I would have about a gallon of milk a day, and of course lots of protein powders and bars and things like that to try to gain weight, because I started lifting at 15, and by the time I was 16, 17, 18, I wanted to keep getting bigger. So I was eating 5,000-6,000 calories every day, and a lot of it was coming from dairy, which I found out was what was causing my acne to be so bad. So after having acne for years, after trying literally like an infinite amount of treatments that never worked, and after having my YouTube not be as successful as I wanted it to be simply because people couldn't stop fixating on the fact that I had acne instead of fixating on the content I was putting out, I decided it was time to finally try Accutane. So I did Accutane, and it took, what was it? I think it took 78, 79 weeks for the Accutane to fully take its course. But by week 9 was actually when my face was the absolute worst while I was on Accutane. But it was also the week that I loved the most, because I thought the message I gave at the end of the episode was just like the most positive thing I could put out there, especially at that time when my acne was so bad. So I'll just jump over there so you guys can see the clip real quick.
And why not keep showing off my imperfections, because it makes everyone else feel better about theirs. And remember, I've said this before, but now it's even more effective. If you feel bad about that little zit right here on your chin, oh my gosh, it's so big. Think about me. Think about my face. Think about this, that, these, those. And then you'll feel better, and you'll go out and you'll kill it.
Love that episode. Just because that last clip, like right there, it's just so positive and encouraging for anybody who's going through acne at the current time, or even going through their Accutane treatment, because I know how it feels. I literally understand how it feels to have those marbles all over your face, have just whiteheads, blackheads everywhere. And even at that time, I was thinking, man, life is so much more grandiose than this problem on your face. And even though this problem on your face can be, you know, your entire universe, there's always that thought that, you know what, it could be worse. Someone else is dealing with this and it's much worse for them, but they're still positive about this. So I can be a little bit more positive about mine that's maybe not quite as bad. But anyways, long story short, I took Accutane for roughly about 2 years. It worked. Finally, I mean, it took forever. For the first probably 30, 40 weeks, it didn't really like work. I was still having tons of cysts and zits, but then eventually it did work, and it got clearer and clearer and clearer. And then by the time I finished Accutane, I had completely clear skin. And then for the next months and months and months, my face was clear. And even to this day now, like, it's pretty damn clear. You know, I'll still get the occasional cyst that'll turn into, you know, like a big bump and then just stick around as like a discolored little area. I'll still get blackheads. I still get a couple like little redheads and little whiteheads and stuff. And that's fine. That is completely fine. That's what I wanted to have the entire time I took this Accutane. My treatment was, it's not like I wanted to be more clear than the average person. I just wanted to be the average person, you know what I mean? I just wanted to deal with a few zits here and there. I go eat something, you know, really fatty and bad, I have a zit. Not like, oh, I have something just slightly bad for me, and then I have like 3 cysts that are gonna be there for the next quarter year. So that brings us to today. It's basically been 1 entire year since I took the last dose of my Accutane, and this is what I'm looking like now. Still very clear. I have some acne scars to deal with, and if you guys recall, and if you were with me on my Accutane journeys when it was actually happening, the Accutane adventures, then you would know that one of the episodes, I don't really remember when it was, honestly, one of the episodes I brought up the idea of doing acne scar surgery, or going through some sort of treatments for my acne scars once my Accutane treatment was over. And people were like, dude, do it. We want to see you do the full entire encompassing journey of, you know, having acne, treating it, then also treating the scars, and then seeing what the final product would look like. So I was like, that sounds great. I started researching it. Then I found out that laser surgery was probably the most effective, especially for my type of acne, the very deep, large, marble, cystic type ones. And I found out that I wanted to do CO2 fractional laser surgery. And when I found out how expensive it was, which is like $1,000 to $2,000 for that one session, I decided I would ask you guys to help contribute. Especially at the time, I was making tons of YouTube videos, but I was making very, very little money, so I wasn't going to be able to actually finish this Accutane Adventure series with the surgery if no one contributed, which was fine by me, but I knew so many people wanted to see the laser surgery, so I was like, hey, if you want to see it and you want to help me out, then please donate and contribute, and tons of people were willing to do it. Like, everybody was just so nice, especially at that time in my channel. It wasn't like necessarily the largest channel, but people came in and contributed and donated, and I got enough money to do the surgery. Now recently a lot of people have been asking, like, are you still going to do this surgery? Is the laser surgery going to happen? It absolutely is. I had to wait for myself to get off of Accutane, but then I also had to wait for my skin to essentially heal before I could take the surgery, because my face, my skin just in general, all around my whole body actually, is very sensitive. When I go into the sun, I feel it like immediately. If I scratch myself or something, I get red marks really bad, and I had to wait, you know, multiple months for it to get better and basically have my skin be more fortified. So at this point, after a year, I'm finally feeling like, you know, I can go out in the sun and I can actually get a tan, and I don't like blister and turn red. I still get pretty red when I scratch myself. You know, I even just showed you right there, like I'm pretty sensitive still. But at this point, I've talked to my doctor and he says, I think you're perfectly fine. I talked to the laser people. They said, I think you're perfectly fine for a good candidate for this type of surgery. And I finally have done it. I've set up the surgery date. We are going in on the 14th of this month, so just 10 days from now, to go get my laser acne CO2 fractional laser surgery. For some reason, I wasn't quite so excited. And then once I set up the appointment date, I got all of this like excitement and anxiety to do it. Like, I am just counting the days to do it, because once I do it, my face is going to be like a tomato. It's going to be bright red for probably like a week or two. It takes a full month for it to actually recuperate and completely recover, but I can't wait because I get to show you guys. I get to actually record the whole thing. I've already emailed the team there and asked, yo, can I take a camera and stuff? I'm a YouTuber, and they said yes. So I get to bring you guys for the full inclusive journey, and you get to see how the surgery works, how it looks immediately after, how it looks after a week, and how it like affects me in total, which I am so excited to do and to show you guys. For those of you wondering, as far as my side effects go, being off of Accutane, generally I don't have too many side effects. I didn't get like depression or suicidal thoughts or anything like that. I have drier skin all around my entire body. Sometimes when I get dry, like the weirdest spots will get really dry, like the back of my triceps, like back of my arms will get very dry. Down in my neck will get very dry. My face sometimes gets very dry, on my cheeks, and right around my nose area, especially if like I take a shower and then I don't moisturize. So dryness is something that I have to encounter a little bit more. Sensitivity to light, just a slight bit, not a ton, but like if I go fresh out into sunlight or something from the dark, it takes a longer time for my eyes to adjust, because I remember I never really had trouble with lights or anything. Now I have a little bit of sensitivity to lights. Other than that though, like my digestion and I feel like my hormones, everything is back to normal. Yeah, I don't really feel like there's anything, you know, sticking around too much. Maybe like my scoliosis got a little bit aggravated while I was on the treatment, which I guess I'm still dealing with. But yeah, other than that, my side effects are relatively pretty like low and pretty easy to manage with being a year off of Accutane. That is it, guys. I wanted to show you what I look like 1 year off of Accutane in terms of how my breakouts are going, which for now it seems like they're doing pretty well a whole year off. How my side effects are being a year off of Accutane, and then also I just wanted to inform you guys of the plan and let you know that it is happening. I am getting my fractional CO2 laser surgery, and I just couldn't be more stoked, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along. So just get excited for everything. It's gonna happen very soon. Just a week and a half from now, there's gonna be a new episode up. It's gonna be super interesting. Hopefully I can make it very informational, very Discovery Channel, something like that. But if you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die, MIRIN, motherfucker.